Assalamualaikum to all panel and lecturer. My name is Muhammad Aizad Najmi bin Karuddin, and for my final project, I'm propose a new interior design scheme for Tntco retail store at GLASSBOX Tamarin Square. Tntco is Malaysian streetwear brand founded by Dexter and Junior in 2013. The design focus on simplicity with a eyes for detailing and mostly inspired by daily life or commentary about wider society, and each piece of their design has a deep meaning behind it. TNT Clothing also selling various type of product like t-shirt, outerwear, headwear and other accessories. And each month or any festival they will try to come up with new design. And also they do have a collaboration with other brands such like Domino, Mini Cooper and many more. The target market is a younger generation who is into streetwear, also working an adult. The issue with streetwear in Malaysia is it is rarely noticeable globally. It due to lack of support from Malaysian itself. The design issue with the existing interior is it does not represent the background and the identity of the brand. Second issue is the circulation of the existing piece is unorganized. This situation contribute difficulty to the customer to differentiate the area and the categories of merchandise and product. Lastly, the issue of anthropometric and ergonometric, where the furniture and the circulation design not usable for people with disability. The objective of the new proposal is to propose a modern retail store design with a new conceptual environment design with comfortable space for both workers and customers. Next is to propose an interior design with systematic arrangement that accessible and usable for every category of customer. And lastly, to propose a functional space according to the priority and relationship between the product. Next, for the new TNT Clothing corporate identity, I propose something new and refreshing for them. A minimalist design to blend in with their color scheme with a black and white as the main color. For the new store location, I'm choosing GLASSBOX located at Tamarin Square. The GLASSBOX is a single building with mostly glass panel as the main structure. The building is accessible on the both sides with an emergency staircase at the right side of the building. It is located in the middle of Tamarin Square, where it is easily found and seen by people passing by. It is placed right in front of the main hall of Tamarin Square. The strength with this site is located at tourist attraction area and surrounded with unique architecture and a lot of parking slot. The weaknesses is it has to walk so far from the parking lot to the building and it crowded at peak hour. The opportunity with this site can be developed or expand in the future, and the space can be used for other things. Lastly, the threat for this site is the congested traffic and one-way route may create difficulty for the potential customer to reach the building. My concept for the new interior is I wanted to apply the attitude of the street culture in it. A mix of brutalism and modern theme to bring out the masculinity in design and product to full potential. The brutalism focus on existing building structure, while the modern concept may be used to display design, and the two can be combined to create a timeless design similar to the definition of street culture. This is my design development. The site is 3,100 square feet and I'm going to use it to the full potential. For the flow in the building, I'm trying to keep the circulation in loop. This is my overall mood board for the interior. I'm using a lot of selected polished metal finish for the design and the wall panel, and also cement render from the existing building. I'm also using some pink to make sure some part of the interior to pop up. For the clothing display, I'm playing with a shade inspired by Mobius ring concept. For the accessory, I'm designing the display to look modern and up to date with the fashion trend. For the checkout counter, I'm keeping it minimalist and using the LED strip light and track light for the main lighting and the aesthetic. For the waiting area and mini cafe, I'm also trying to make it as simple as possible and have something for the attraction. For research and development area, I want it to look exclusive and also comfort for the worker. For the meeting room, I'm trying not to look like the typical meeting room, but at the same time, still look formal. This is my layout plan. It have 8 area and also 7 type of display for each product, which is checkout counter, clothing display, t-shirt display, hoodie and sweatshirt display, outerwear display, pen display, accessory display, bag display, headwear display, waiting and mini cafe area, staff room, storage room and toilet. For the floor finishes, I'm using cement render, and the middle part I'm using black epoxy finishes with LED strip light to show the differences of the area. For the lighting, I'm using fluorescent light and downlight for the main lighting, and track light at the counter for the aesthetic. Next is my first floor layout. It has 4 areas, which is toilet, R&D room, meeting room and street art section. For the floor finishes, I'm using black epoxy finishes for the street art area, and then the selected pink carpet for the R&D and the meeting room, and the rest of it is a cement render. For the lighting, I'm using fluorescent and downlight for the main lighting and pendant light at the meeting room for the extra lighting. This is my sectional perspective. The first one is section AA. For my wall finishes at the meeting room, I'm using gravity to show the concept I'm trying to do. And for the street art section, checkout, main display, mini cafe, waiting area, I'm using selected polished metal panel, and the rest of the area I'm using selected wall paint finish in light grey to match the environment. There is also some gravity at some part of the wall, like the one above the mini cafe and the waiting area. The second one is my section BB. For the wall finishes, I'm also use some selected polished metal and pattern metal for the finishes. I'm also keep some glass panel from the existing structure to maintain the originality of the design. Next is my front facade and elevation. I add on some pillar made from selected metal finish at the outside to show the brutalism in my design. Each pillar is 2000mm gap in between. For the lighting, I'm using downlight. The pink grey ceiling combined with the downlight made the facade pop out even more. I'm using glow Tntco signage and some LED panel for the attraction. At the outside also has a display to show the newest collection at the same time for people nearby to window shopping. For the main entrance, customer has to go through LED tunnel at the right side. This is my rear facade and elevation. Same like front facade, I add on some pillar and using downlight and pink grey combination effect. And this one, I'm also add some metal paneling to the first floor glasses to minimize the light from the outside, at the same time to hide the street art section behind it. For the entrance, I'm using automatic sliding door, and it has stairs for the staff to access to the office. Next, this is the interior for the main display area. The first one is the view at the tunnel, also the main entrance to the store. The surrounding of the tunnel is a LED screen panel, and the 3 mannequins represent the 3 founders of TNT clothing. Next is the view at the checkout counter. I'm trying to make it simple at the same time complement the area. It is for place for people to check out and to pay for their item. Next is view at the outerwear display. The design of the outerwear is to make it look futuristic, but at the same time keep the street culture style in it. For the lighting, I'm using the fluorescent to bring out the product display. This area is mainly for the outerwear and also hoodie and sweatshirt. Next is also view at my main display. The first one is view at front display area. This display is for Tntco newest collection and also some accessories. To make the area different, I'm using black epoxy and some LED strip light for the floor finishes. Second is the view at the headwear. Each compartment has their own light to bring out the product full potential. Third is the view at the back display. Same like the other accessory display, I'm using selected polish finish and some vibrant pink mannequin to make sure the display is pop up. Next is the mezzanine floor area. At the top, I propose street art section. Like we all know, today is all about social media, so I prepare some space for people to enjoy and take picture, at the same time benefit the store as a free marketing. First is the view at the outside. I using gravity to show the street culture attitude and some glass frosted glass so to make the people feel like a thrill to know what inside the tunnel. Second is view at the inside. At the inside has a long LED screen that show the digital art and some of TNT closing artwork and graphic. And next is view from the mezzanine floor. The exposed ceiling that show the piping and the ventilation is to complement the wall area. Next is view at the R&D and meeting room. First is view at the workspace. This is space for manager, admin and designer to work. For the wall, it using curve selected polished metal panel from the floor to the ceiling, and the panel continue until the pink grey ceiling. For the floor finish, I'm using selected pink carpet, and for the light, I'm using the downlight and the fluorescent. Second is view at discussion area. This is the area where discussion between the team happen for the material selection, also to put some sample collection. Next is the meeting room. For the meeting room, I'm trying to not to be too formal for the design, so that's why I'm using gravity and brick wall as wall finishes. It also using selected pink carpet as the floor finishes. For the lighting, I'm using pendant as the main light and a downlight. Next is the view at the waiting/mini cafe. Tntco lately have trying to make a business in F&B industrial, so I propose this area for their product and also for the future. Next is the view to show the mezzanine floor and the rear entrance to the store. Lastly, this is my isometric for the interior I proposed to TNT closing, and also my highlight for my presentation. Thank you once again to all the panel and the lecturer. Please enjoy the animation I prepare. Thank you.